welcome to Guatemala City, Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Rafael Gatica. We're here at Court Central at the Polidomo de Racket, 35th Pan Am Racquetball Championships. Día 8, señor. Último día, Gustavo.
Gary, dándote la mano,
Sí,
ha sido una
mano.
semana muy buena, muy interesante y seguimos. El último día, pura finales. ¿Qué vamos a ver acá?
4 countries vying for the gold here. Here are 2 of them. Team Argentina, Natalia Mendez. Team República Dominicana, Alejandra Jimenez. 0-0.
La favorita acá tiene que ser Méndez, definitivamente. Argentina, originalmente ella de Bolivia, Santa Cruz.
Fabián Torres, árbitro principal. Asistente es Lilo Diana Aguilar. Mi favorita es San Luis Potosí, en México.
Increíble, pero Méndez ya tiene 8 años jugando para el equipo argentino. ¿Cómo
Sí,
pasa el tiempo?
Increíble. Y María José, 15.
11.
Punto.
Buen tiro de parte de...
Let's review, folks. Best of 5 sets, rally scoring, 11 points, win by 2, 1 timeout, 60 seconds in length. That's 1 timeout per set. Ball did not reach the front. Point for Mendez coming in. So next up on the calendar, Gustavo, here. Men's singles.
Men's singles, number 2 men's singles. Charlie Pratt, Sebastián Hernández, USA, Mexico.
One of the best matches I've seen thus far with the rally scoring format was yesterday.
Agreed.
Hernandez, 5 sets over Kobe Iwasa. Kobe had 5 match points and did not cash in.
In game 4, I believe.
Yes. He was wasted for game 5. Hernandez breezed through it.
2 sirviendo 3. Yeah, that was exciting. Hernandez just kept digging and took it from him.
And put things into perspective for our viewing audience. One of the reasons we've gone to rally scoring is to make the matches more efficient and shorter. Welcome, Senor Bayer from Florida. Yet that match with Hernandez and Iwasa was 1 hour, 37 minutes. 1 hour, 37 minutes with rally scoring.
I had the opportunity to do the commentating on that one.
Great job, by the way. That's a cumplido for you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, Gary. That's a great serve, left side.
Yeah. Speaking of cumplidos,
uses that glass very well. Mendez always favoring her backhand.
Just as Jimenez will move left, she'll go across her body and hit it to the deep right corner. Nobody home right side. Point. Good start for Natalia. Natalia is coached by a longtime favorite, Carlos Quadri. Jimenez, Ricardo Monroy,
who has been in the Dominican for a good 11 years now.
Yep.
Now his home, married to a young lady from there.
Newborn.
Yep.
There's the cross court. Ace, uncontested return, timeout. Let's see that last serve, Rafa.
Both sides. Excellent.
So we'll be back. Commercial break.
I played a lot of matches when I was playing the WRT with the gearbox ball. It's a different ball than the other ones. I think it's better for the game. It's durable. I think for fans it's going to be more enjoyable. The rallies are going to be a little longer. So it's going to be fun.
Back live from Port Central here in Guatemala City. Gary, Gustavo, and Rafa. Gustavo, da gracias a individuales y organizaciones.
A nuestros patrocinadores. Pelota corta. Definitivamente, muchas gracias por el apoyo. Pan Am Sports Channel, transmitiendo en vivo con ellos. Piso. Gearbox. Black. Racquetball and Rackets. Thank you, Rafael Filippini, Joel Arredondo y todo el equipo de Gearbox. Spladhead.com. Joe Hall, for your contribution to all of our international referee apparel and more.
Ball live. Not anymore. Game point number 1 for Mendez. Not a surprise, Gustavo.
No.
And after this, we'll have men's singles. Team USA versus Team Mexico. Group 2, Hernandez from Mexico, Pratt, USA. Then we'll come back with the second of the ladies' matches, singles.
Nice shot.
Potentially, for each of these players / teams, they can play 3 matches today. But it's the best of 3, so if any country wins the first 2 matches, they don't play the third. Ball down. Little grunt there.
Esfuerzo por parte de
Tom Travers racquetball, serve, return, put away. Great serve. Good dig by Mendez. Nice.
Bien.
Momentum ha cambiado a little bit.
Sí, un pinch del lado derecha de la cancha.
Y la palabra en español es momentum.
Ha cambiado la inercia de este juego.
Impresionante.
Sí.
Went for that Chuka serve, almost got it. Put it away. Forehand, reverse into the left corner. Blink your eyes, folks. 6-10, game 1. Jimenez on Arroyo. Another one.
Buen pase. Straight in, straight back.
Best shot in the game. Mendez. Anticipating the return of serve by Jimenez. There it is. Backhand near side pinch winner. Mendez 11, Jimenez 7. Let's see that last rally, Rafa. Merci beaucoup. We'll be back to the 35th edition of the Pan Am Racquetball Championships here in beautiful Guatemala City.
My name is Andre Parrilla and I play with Gearbox. I love about Gearbox that everyone's part of the family and they have the best equipment in a great sport. Dedication makes a great athlete, obviously talent, and passion. One of my beliefs is that we're capable of doing a lot of things that we cannot even imagine. It's just part of enjoying the process and then gets to wherever we want to get. Any sport that young athletes are playing, if you really like it, and as I said, if you put the dedication and the passion, I told you guys you don't even imagine how far you can go.
Yeah, we're back live. Gary, Gustavo, Rafa, Court Central here. Anticipating second set. Mendez, Argentina 11. Jimenez, Dominicana 7. Gustavo Jimenez came back. She was down handsomely, if you will, and she got back to 7. Showed us some skills.
There's no reason why she can't do what you just did there in more points these games. She's a young player, obviously playing a very experienced Mendez. But here's her opportunity, and I'm sure she's a little bit nervous on this show court. Here we go, game 2.
Racquetball on the world stage. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Nice, good start.
Very athletic, both players.
Short serve. You see Mendez, and she gotten away with it for years with that fronton grip. More dramatic on the forehand side like that. And we've discussed this over the 8 days that she prefers to strike her backhand.
Definitely. And on the serve, too.
Ball up top. Another skip by Mendez. I think she's starting to get a little concerned here. This isn't what her coach Quadri ordered.
11 puntos. Llegan rápido.
Trace
Nada que perder acá Jiménez en darle 110%. Qué buena experiencia para ella.
I was going to say she may be better serve going right with that lob serve, what she did. Round the wall ball up top. Mendez. Oh, toe ball.
Sobre pique. No le salió, pero buena idea.
1 serving 3, game 2. First of at least 4, no less than 4 matches today, folks. Could have 6. All finals, team play. Instruction from Quadri telling Natalia which serve to give.
Muy buen pase.
Past.
Our International Racquetball Federation, a lot of you folks not familiar with exactly what we do, but it's recognized under the International Olympic Committee, known as the highest level international governing body for our sport of racquetball.
Group A qualification, that's very important. We're part of the World Games, part of the Pan Ams, biannual World Championships, annual Junior Championships. Perfecto, amigo. Inside out, wide angle pass, same side wide angle, SSWA, coined by our good friend Joe Shattuck. Comes across her body. So Mendez keeping Jimenez on that yo-yo string, moving left, right. Just difficult to anticipate, set her base and come across her body to strike it. There it is. It's called a dead ball hinder, folks. No harm, no foul. Replay, first serve.
Speaking of world championships, Next ones will be in San Antonio, Texas, end of August. First time back in the States since 1996 in Phoenix, where I had the opportunity to last play. Timeout. Jimenez, her one resource timeout for this game.
We'll stay here, Rafa. Once again, some numbers. 35th event under the IRF banner, Pan Am Racquetball Championships, under the PASO Pan Am Sports Organization and the Pan American Racquetball Confederation, known as PARC. Dr. Ware Estuardo here is now the new president. He took over for our longtime friend Marcelo Gomez from Costa Rica. And Gustavo, you may not know this, I'll mention. In this Western Hemisphere, 17 different countries have hosted either this event and or another IRF event. The World Championships, Central American and Caribe Games, Bolivarianos, those qualify under IRF. 17 countries, including Puerto Rico, including Panama, and including Nicaragua.
That's a lot of countries.
Yes.
More than I would have thought.
Whereas if you go to Europe, you've had Germany, you've had Ireland, 2 countries for the Worlds. Asia, Korea.
Yeah. Another point for Mendez. Servicio Mendez. Acá en este segundo set. 7 sirviendo 3.
Left, right. Left. Set up. Jimenez. Good for her.
Bien hecho. Jimenez.
She got that Steffi Graf grunt. Ball live forehand, Mendez. Got caught.
Would have been better served letting that through.
She got surprised. She was facing the front wall, didn't pick up the ball till it landed at her feet. You want to turn a little bit to track the ball, folks. Turn in the direction of your opponent. Okay, so that ball left the court. No less than it cleared the 12-foot demarcation, the red line up there on the top of the glass. So if somebody hits it directly out, then whoever hit the ball loses that rally and the opponent scores. If the ball bounces and leaves the court, it's effectively a replay, and it's called a dead ball hinder. Replay. Up top, Mendez. Nobody home right side. Passing angle.
A lot of local club players don't know that rule. They just say, play it again, Sam.
I like that. Nice. Mendez closes out the second set. She leads 2-0. We'll come back in 2 minutes. Let's see the last rally, Rafa. Equal opportunity employer, Mendez, left side, right side, front and back. We'll be back.
My name is Jake Brenbeck, and I play with Gearbox. I personally love a solid frame. I've always loved how Gearbox has felt, and there's no better frame on the market. My mindset in racquetball and in life, because I think sports and life just coincide, they're great representations of each other, is you have to work hard, understand that there are going to be setbacks, but if it's something that you want, there's really no stopping you, and that's kind of how I live. I just go after what I want.
8 señales en vivo y en simultáneo. Solo por PANAMERICAN.
We are back live from Court Central in Guatemala City. Gary, Gustavo, and Rafa. Gustavo, we're about to start game 3, 2-0 Mendez, and she'll serve.
And here we go. Tercer set.
Good dig, Jimenez. Straight up.
Bien, Jimenez.
Straight down ball. You won't see that in the rule book, folks. Bottom line, an illegal shot. Point Jimenez, 1-0, her favor.
Very privileged to be on this Pan Am Sports Channel now. Live. A lot of folks are not aware of what Pan Am Sports is. It's an international organization which represents the 41 current National Olympic Committees of the American continent. Pan Am Sports is responsible for selecting the location and supporting the countries that host the Pan American Games every 4 years. We had it in Santiago in November 2023, and we'll be back in Lima in that time period, 2027.
Look forward to that. Mira Flores. Speaking of Flores, Manuel Flores, Flowers, Senor Flowers. Front side, left side, sidewall, front wall, pinch winner. 3-1 game 3. Mendez won game 1, 11-7, 11-4 in the second. Trying to close this one out. Perfecto. Chuca in front of us.
Excelente. And our Pan American Racquetball Confederation, PARC, that you see some of the decals on the wall. That's where we are right now. This is the Pan American Racquetball Championships, played every year this week. That was very loose, according to what a Mr. Tim Baghurst would say. And it's recognized and associated with the IRF in all of its events in the American continent, much like Asia Racquetball Federation is in Asia.
Good point, my friend.
And the year of the Pan American Games, which would be in 2027, that March, April, Easter week is when we would have the qualifying for the tournament. And it appears that racquetball will be in Pan American tournament, Pan American sports in that 2027 year.
From my perspective, it'd be difficult for me to understand why it wouldn't be. We were in Peru in 19. They built the beautiful facility just for that tournament. Another point for Mendez, putting on a clinic here in game 3. Deep, great angles on her passes, left and right on her serves. Weak returns and putaways. Another skip. She going to use her timeout? The answer is yes. We'll stay here. Let's look at the last rally, Rafa. To review the schedule upcoming, next up here on the show court, men's singles, Charlie Pratt, Estados Unidos, Sebastián Hernández, Mexico, followed by ladies singles, Argentina, Dominicana. The number 1 players, Vargas, Argentina contra Delgado, Dominicana. And then we'll have the last of the singles, mi amigo, a mi izquierda, Señor Rodrigo Montoya, Mexico contra Jake Bredenbeck, Estados Unidos. And if the teams split by virtue of the singles, then the doubles will, W-I-L-L, be played, Gustavo.
Well said, Gary. Yesterday was our longest day, for sure, here at the club.
We got out of here after 7 p.m. The last match finished about 8 p.m. local time.
That's correct. We've started every day.
Día largo.
Día largo. Pero todos los días buenos, todos los días un poco diferentes.
Today should be different. Should be a shorter day, obviously, with no more than 6 matches. and then followed by the premiación, the award ceremony. Here we go.
8-2.
Corta bola. Nick Lobb. Suave.
Bien hecho. Mendez.
We've mentioned a number of times this past week, Mendez has the best set of lob serves than any of the other players. And also, she doesn't get real animated. She's very consistent with her comportment on the court.
Smooth.
Speaking of consistent, smooth.
Suave.
Splat. Deep court, backhand side, sidewall, front wall combo, folks. That's an advanced shot. Match point number 1. Mendez handed that rally-ending shot to Jimenez
On a platter.
She wanted Jimenez to beat the point spread, so Jimenez got the 3rd point. Oh, nice.
There you go.
Deep crack, uncontested, return a serve.
Now that's Tom Travers' racquetball at its best.
Absolutely, no more
Crack
than one.
ace,
Absolutely.
11 points, game over.
If there's an exchange with more than 3 hits, collectively, Tom will slap your hand. Speaking of slapping hands, 2 ladies congratulate each other. We've completed the first of no less than 4 matches here on Court Central in Guatemala City. Mendez, Argentina, 3 sets. Jimenez, Dominicana, 0. Close it up, Gustavo.
Estamos de vuelta con ustedes en 10 minutos. Van a calentar ahora Estados Unidos enfrentando a México. Juego en equipo, sencillos, varonil número 2 de ambos cuadros. Va a estar bueno este juego y para mí, Gary, este va a ser el juego, el partido que define quién va a salir con la medalla de oro del lado de los hombres.
Gracias.
A ver si es cierto.
Sí.
Bueno.
Before we sign off momentarily, everybody out there, look at these empleados on the court. 8 days constantly making sure we have a safe and fair and clean environment. Tremendous asset.
When Martineau and I were here this morning playing, Senor Gotti, they were out there wanting to know if the court needed to be clean. How's that for attention?
That's called
6:30 in the morning.
Respeto. 6:30 in the morning, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Glenn was up at 4 working out before he played you 11 sets.
He was worried.
That's a telltale.
He was worried. We had fun.
Good.
All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes.